The Three Stooges were practically superheroes. They could defeat anything, including two-headed Cyclops. Even the mighty Hercules. The Stooges rehabilitated the greatest gunslingers in American history. Defeated giant sumo wrestlers. They defeated communism. And they traveled into the deep reaches of outer space. But even the mighty Three Stooges could not defeat every goof that might wiggle its way into some of their movies.
Stop talking and get to work!
In the 1945 film, Rockin' in the Rockies, Moe plays a character named Shorty Williams that has just met Curly and Larry towards the beginning of the picture.
Here's the money. They've invested it in the Shorty number 2 mine, and are now my partners, ain't you boys? Are we?
Old habits die hard though, and Curly forgets to call Moe by his character's name in this movie. Now listen one more time really carefully. To me it sounds like he's saying Moe twice. You be the judge. In the 1959 movie Have Rocket Will Travel, the Stooges stole their spacesuit costumes from the Twilight Zone episode Elegy.
Back to the ship!
But that's okay because I think George Lucas stole his design for the land speeder from them. What do you think? Is it possible?
Fascinating cultural development.
Of course, they sort of wrangled the title of the movie from this guy.
Please, Spock, do me a favor, and don't say it's fascinating.
Oh no, I kind of thought it was interesting.
No. But it is interesting.
Anyway, moving right along.
I'm caught! Help me, I'm caught!
Moe says, "Help me, I'm caught," for no apparent reason here.
I'm caught! Help me, I'm caught!
It turns out they actually cut this line from later on in the movie.
I'm caught! Help me, I'm caught!
Go ahead.
Now the Three Stooges look like they're about to casually climb down the ladder in the rocket ship, but for some reason you hear Curly's frantic woo! I think Curly Joe's wondering if this place is haunted.
One of these days. One of these days you're gonna put my eyes out.
On a trivia note, this is one of the last times you'll see the eye poke gag, as moms were complaining that kids were liable to poke somebody's eyes out. So Moe took it out of the act. However, it did come up again on Around the World in a Daze.
That's number 21. We don't do that anymore. See? We do number 47, like this.
In the movie The Three Stooges Meet Hercules from 1962, the Stooges face a two-headed Cyclops.
Afraid of.
In this scene, he grabs Moe and lifts him up in the air.
Hey! Cut that out! Let go, you double-headed mop!
It just lasts for a second, but you can clearly see the Cyclops is lifting a doll of Moe. Okay, I probably shouldn't say doll, I should say action figure of Moe.
Looks pretty good to me.
The Stooges are trying to escape a dungeon and in the process are aggravating the heck out of Hercules.
Looks pretty good to me.
Now this is supposed to be a metal bar, but look closely at the end that hits Larry. This could be a fake tip put in the steel bar, or it could be, as I suspect, the Stooges are really real-life superheroes.
Faster than a speeding locomotive, built from the world's finest electronic parts, perfect electronic robots, the Robotic Stooges!
Due to the shadow cast by the guards in this dungeon scene, we can see that the background is actually a painting.
What have we done?
Oops, I forgot to mention, this Three Stooges movie happens to be one of my favorites because it combines two of my favorite subjects, the Three Stooges and time travel. You see, that's how they meet Hercules in the first place.
Start on the other board.
Imagine going back into time in a four-dimensional space-time continuum.
Continuum. How about a cup of coffee?
All right.
We enjoy the favor of the gods.
In this scene, the bad guy's supposed to be throwing the wine into Ulysses' face, but he misses by just a little bit. It looks like he probably got his shoulder a little bit.
Get a load of that can opener.
In the exciting chariot scene towards the end of the picture, it looks to me like the stunt guys have a lot less hair than Larry and Curly Joe do. Now, I did read during this segment that Curly Joe fell on Larry and he ended up having to go to the hospital, knocked him out cold. At least that's what I read on IMDb. On these older films, you can always tell when the actor's in a studio and they have a film placed behind them. It's not quite as noticeable in the old black and white movies as it is in the early color films, though. Next, we look at a few goofs from the Three Stooges Go Around the World in a Daze. Notice that Curly Joe has both his shoes on. Just a little later in the fight, and now he's missing a shoe. Now the shoe is back on so that the sumo wrestler can take the shoe off. What was in that shoe anyway?
Hey, that Land Rover. Come on.
When the Stooges land in London, it seems like Joe went on a crash diet all of a sudden. I don't know, either Larry's wearing a mask or his face is melting. I'm just not sure. And Joe seems to have grown some hair.
I think we lost them. They must have turned left.
Well, they look normal again. Well, for a second, here's the fake Stooges again. Well, remember Curly Joe's magical shoe? Keep your eye on the piece of wood that Moe has in his hand.
Hey!
It just disappears, but unless Moe threw it down in a split second, something weird is going on here. Did Moe just throw that piece of wood down at super speed? Or was that a magical piece of wood? Next, let's look at some goofs from another favorite of mine, The Outlaws is coming. That also stars Batman's Adam West.
Kids all over the world will look up to you.
Your names will live forever. You may even get into TV.
In this scene, the Three Stooges try to rehabilitate the greatest outlaws of the Old West.
All right, then. You want to make up for what you've done? Saddle up and find the cavalry. All right, then. You want to make up for what you've done?
Okay, there's a little bit of weird editing in this scene. One shot, we have Moe sticking his finger out at the outlaw. Then we switch camera angles and his hands are up in the air. Just a split second later, he's pointing his finger again, and his hand is at his side in the exact same position as it was just a couple of seconds ago.
Saddle up and find the cavalry.
Keep your eye on Curly Joe's hat. It's up, then they do the close-up, and then it's down again. So in this scene, the bad guys are chasing Batman and the Three Stooges. I mean, Adam West and the Three Stooges. Now, I don't know about you, but I think that this is a goof because there is no way in the world that anybody in their right mind, crooked or otherwise, would let somebody shoot a Gatling gun right behind them that close. Of course, the bad guy should have realized that a Gatling gun was no match for the Three Stooges.
He's looking at you.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the like. Please comment. Let me know what you think. And let's see what else. Oh, hit the bell for future notifications so you don't miss any new videos. And thanks, and please have a great day.